Hello everyone, Gregtech here, and welcome back to Gregtech New Horizons, where we've got our steel cooking up on the roof, which is great, and we've already got 14 of it, which is enough to feed in. We're gonna make our first liquid-fueled firebox here. Oh, I guess it's not enough. I completely forgot about the other part to this. We need this part too. The high-pressure boiler tank. So we need one of those, and then the steel casing comes from this, and then the steel screws, we gotta add those in, and the steel bolts, we gotta add those in. And then when you get that all accounted for, wait, oh, there we go. Why is that not letting me drag it up in? It's weird. So all of that put together, and we need 23 steel. I don't think it's worth making a low pressure, given I'm already prepared to make this. That doesn't make any sense. We just need a little bit more steel. So we're gonna need 15 to make 10 plates, it looks like. And yeah. The other thing I did before the stream is we got more coke ovens going, so we've got all 4 now ready to go up here. And that's pretty great. They're gonna start backing up on creosote eventually, but they're a ways away from that. So I might even make more than 4. We'll see if 4 is enough. It'll build up for a while. And then I expanded our tree farm down here to be the maximum size for that one bucket of water. So we're in a pretty good spot right now. The goals in this episode are mostly the multi-block or the steamy mincer quest here to get the steam grinder, and then to get the bronze firebox stuff, and then the iron tank. So those are kind of the main 3 goals here, are to get the steam grinder, to get the iron tank to store steam, and to get the 2 1x1 firebox liquid fueled fireboxes over here to produce steam. So those are kind of my 3 things right now. One of those things needs lots of iron, which is the iron tank. So we should start smelting as much iron as we can. There's a little bit of an iron problem, as you guys know. That's iron. I think we got all the iron out of here. Yeah. I mean, we do have... This isn't as much iron as it looks like. I really would like most of this to go through the bronze grinder. So I guess we focus on copper and tin right now. So I might need to go mining for those, because I don't think we're gonna have enough bronze from this. So yeah, I think I'll probably pause here and go do some mining. We're gonna get some copper smelted, or copper smelted there. Yeah. We do have a little bit of iron, but not enough. So yes, the steam machine gauge is a new feature in 2.8, which is awesome. Huge fan of that. That's iron plates for flattening. This is copper and tin for alloy smelting. So let's throw in some of that. Don't think it might run a full batch with all 3 of these now, but I'm not really sure about it. Let's go for 39 and 13. Okay, so yeah, for those of you from future YouTube, we're gonna go do a mining trip, so we'll be back after that. Our goal is to collect a bunch of copper and tin right now for all the bronze. So we'll go do that, and we've got our trusty hammer. Mining trip wise, I don't think we need anything else. Things are looking pretty good here. I've even got steel ingots to put away, which feels nice. Oh, I have 22. I forgot we already had some. Right. That's nice. All right. that is it. So we're gonna go do that mining trip and we'll be back. I'll pause for now. All right, future YouTubians, welcome back. We went mining in the copper vein, and the thing I forgot is copper veins are more iron than they are copper. Like, it's actually ridiculous. If you look at the vein stats here, the chalcopyrite's the only one that's copper, and the sporadic is copper, but then the secondary and the between are both iron. So you actually end up with not that much copper. So we did a lot more mining on the copper vein, and we only ended up with... How many stacks do we have here? About 10 chalcopyrites. Or what is that, 9 across? Yeah, so about 9 chalcopyrite and 2 copper. So only about 11 stacks. So the problem here is we really want the steam grinder, right? Because then we can get double on all of these ores. And this little macerator, it does one every 40 seconds. It's just way too slow. Way too slow to keep up with the demand. So what I think we want to do is kind of paint the picture. We've already got the iron tank here. Why don't we paint the picture of what the grinder costs here and look at the total amount of bronze we're actually going to need. So I'm just going to shift A on that. It's going to get a lot of it correct. But we're missing plated bricks. Gonna get that thrown in there. Okay. And then we have to add 22 more bronze plated bricks. So that's gonna be 26. Oh god. I need 180 bronze plates. Ooh, that's so expensive. Yeah, grinding copper while painting? I don't know what you mean while painting. And then the steam input bus, Tumbaga, that needs some gold. Do we have enough gold? Because Tumbaga is mostly gold. How much gold do I have? I only have 2? No, I have 25. Now this is gonna be worth macerating. I should throw this gold ore in here. No! Ah, wrong one. Oh, there goes a couple. But yeah, we smelted some tin already, so that should be enough to get us all the bronze we need. And then the alloy smelter we had to turn off because it ran out of juice. Because yeah, it uses 640 a second. But we should have enough steel now. I really need to not leave that door open. I think we'll have enough steel to make the 1x1 doohickey. And yeah, we got to do all the things. So let's grab all the wood here. See what we get from our newly sized tree farm. Imagine chopping down trees for all of this. That's just absurd. Alright, and that totals up to 466 logs. That is awesome. And I'm just gonna put them all in the cook ovens. That one already has a bunch. That one's got a bunch. Alright. Then we'll collect the charcoal. Sweet. And now what? Now let's see. We were looking at this thing, as it's called, you know. Okay. Now, why is that making 2? Is that just what the recipe makes? Yeah. Okay. So we need 12 bronze, 4 bronze plates, and 23 steel. I should probably remove this one because I need to actually make the steel plates. So we need 10 steel plates. If I can get that done in the forge hammer with 15 steel. Hopefully we have enough power for that. And then we need 8 more steel. We need 12 bronze and 4 bronze plates. So let's get some bronze plates going too after that. And some bronze ingots. I think we have enough bronze ingots in here probably. I don't know why do I have so much copper? I don't need all that copper. I might need some tin at some point because of like tin screws and stuff. But all right, stitch the charcoal. I might need a little bit more for these guys. Yeah. Okay, so those will run for a long time yet. And there's the tin or steel and bronze plates. And then we've got, we need some iron plates. Didn't I smelt more iron? Where did that all go? Is it in here? It's in here, okay. Let me get a little bit more iron plate action, but we've already got some ready. And there's some crushed gold ore. So that should... Wait, what? Is this one of those annoying ones? Yes. Smelts into 10 nuggets, and then what's the compressor look like? Does it take 20 seconds? Wait, what? You can't compress the nuggets? I'm so confused. You can't compress the nuggets into an ingot. So the only way I would be able to do it would be melt it down. Or, yeah, probably the alloy smelter. The ingot cast, that's super annoying. No, even that doesn't work. There's nothing in the alloy smelter. You can't even macerate it. You can't fluid, like you can't do anything with gold nuggets. It's really weird. I'm super confused. Oh, alloy smelter molding is different. There we go. Okay, I was gonna say that didn't make any sense. It's, these categories are so frustrating to me. Why is alloy smelter molding its own, and the macerator recycling? I feel like that screwed me over so many times, and it's continuing to do so. All right, anyway, the point is we can macerate these into tiny piles. It does only take 2 seconds a piece. So I think because it only takes 2 seconds a piece, I'm okay with this. Otherwise, you can go down to the gold dust, which should smelt into a bar. But I'll get more gold this way. So I think it's worth it. It is kind of annoying because it stops smelting after just like 5 of them. But yeah, we'll chuck those ready to be macerated later. And then we'll grab some more iron plates. And now, what do we got? Missing items furnace. Well, that's an easy one to fix. I just need some flint. Wow, we're like actually fully out of flint. Okay. Bloop, bloop. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now, according to this, I'm missing... Well, I have a saw. I think we're okay. And I have a file. They might break. Actually, do we have a file? No, it's about broken. Make another one here. Okay. I think we're ready to make this. It worked. It worked. We got liquid fueled firebox and a high pressure boiler tank, and we got a quest done, which is the multi-block goals. And we can take 4 steel plates. That's probably worth more than a steam age loot bag at this point. I don't know, I probably should have taken a loot bag. The loot bag can get you special things. The steel plate is just time. I also get some cells for free, which is nice. Because, can I make these yet? The empty cell? No, you need the assembler. So that's kind of handy. Alright. So like we said, we can run about 2 of these. And I think this is going to be as simple as that. And then this comes over. Oh, I need more wooden fluid pipes, I guess. Can you macerate gravel to flint? No, unfortunately you can't. It comes from sifting gravel. So once you have an LV sifter, you can throw them in there. What am I trying to do? Fluid pipes. Okay. Then that. And there we go. She's running. Sweet. And then the other one will go right next to it, and the steam can come out the front. Nice. Okay. Let's grab that. Beep. No, there we go. I'll just preemptively add that one in because we know what's coming. Same with right here. And it's making steam. It's making steam! Yes! Alright, let me get a nice little screenshot of this bad boy. Alright, so next is to hook that steam up, which needs a lot of bronze because I want to use fairly large pipes because this is making a lot of steam, right? Like it makes 40 per tick, which is 800 a second. So I need at least this one to handle it. Theoretically, I should use the larges, but they're just so much more expensive. They're literally twice the price. And given I'm going to be going a medium distance here, I probably will use these ones. You can always recycle them later too, like if you want the stuff back. So I think for now, I'm just gonna make the regular bronze steam pipes. And so we'll have that steam go into the iron tank here, and then the iron tank will send its steam out to the bronze stuff, and then the LV stuff, which I have eventually. Sweet. And now we'll head back down. So, what's next? The iron... Wait, what? Of course it's a crafting task. That's so annoying. That's so annoying! Because you craft them at the same time. This one's an extra dumb crafting task. I'm just gonna we're gonna make another one soon, so I'm not worried about it, but like, that's just dumb. It's one thing to have a crafting test that makes sense. That one makes even less sense than normal. What quest did I get in here? Oh yeah, we held some ore in our inventory. I'll take some iron ore berries. I should probably start gold ore berries at some point. It's a great source of early gold. It's a little bit of a pain to set up, but once you got it going, it's nice. Because you need low light, and so you can only have torches in certain places. You can use the chiseled blocks to keep mobs from spawning, I guess is the way to do it. And then, okay, so I'm looking at... I keep getting my buttons mixed up. I wanted to see how much bronze we need for the grinder here. So we need 180 plates, which is gonna be 270 bronze ingots. Oh my gosh. That's kind of stupidly expensive, isn't it? Wow. Yep. 270 bronze, that's a lot. Okay, so I guess the next thing then is to get the steam from that down to here. So we do need to run... alloy smelter a bit more here. Oh, I know it's worth it. I'm not questioning that, don't worry. And then for now, I'm gonna be skipping the tank. We'll get the tank built eventually. And more plates. Okay, so 36 makes 24 plates, which is enough to make a few pipes here. Everything's gonna run out of steam. I shouldn't be running these at the same time. Yeah, whenever the macerator goes really fast, it gets loud. All right, well, for future YouTubians, I'm gonna pause the recording here because we're not doing anything too crazy for a little bit here. I'll unpause it if we make anything fancy. And then I'll probably come back when we have more iron and steel and all that. All right, future YouTube, check it out. We finally got it hooked up. The steam coming from creosote is hooked into here. So now we're maxed out at 800 liters a second though. Just because of the small pipes, so we need to upgrade all these pipes to be bigger ones. And then we can, it also will store 3 times as much steam in the pipes, which adds up as a little bit of a buffer. But the iron tank is what we really want. We just need more bronze plates first. And we need more bronze. So it's really a catch-22. You can't seem to win. And I can't even run both of those at the same time because these pipes can't move enough steam. Because now the 800 is being fully provided by that. That thing by itself makes 800 a second. Also, can someone correct me? These do actually move what they say they're moving, right? When you shutter them in a row. it's only when they're non-shuttered that they would only move half of their capacity per second? Or are these actually limited to half of their capacity per second in terms of throughput? I can't remember. So that could be a problem too. Well, I guess we can find out, is this increasing or decreasing? Because it's using 640. So if it's increasing, 14.9, 15, 15.1. Okay, it's increasing. So these can actually move the 800 a second then, as advertised. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause the recording again. I'll come back when we've got something exciting going on. Right now we're just getting more materials. All right, future YouTube, welcome back. I forgot there was a thing that we really wanted to make as soon as we had more steel, and it's the glider. We're gonna make the glider right now. We need a few steel rods, but nothing crazy. 4 steel rods, 4 steel screws, and a single steel plate. So let's get that cooking. I also want to grab, I have 1 more of the carpenter's pressure plates. This makes it less likely I leave it open on accident, regardless of which direction I'm going. Okay, so glider over piston boots? Oh, no. I definitely want the piston boots too, but you need rubber for those. So until we go to the nether, we can't do piston boots. Don't worry, we'll do those too. But yeah, for now, let's throw... Oh, well. Yeah. I kind of want a few steel plates here. There we go. I was just getting some gravel in here because that'll turn into sand and then cobblestone into more gravel. Alright, so there's our steel plates and steel ingots. And now we can make a few steel rods. So we need 2 for each wing, and then we need 1 for each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we need 8 steel rods. I'm just gonna craft this the old-fashioned way here. Call me crazy. Saw those 1, 2, 3, 4. Those go like that with a file. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got the tanned leather. And then regular leather, was it 4 or 5 each? 5 each. And then, boom, boom, 2 glider wings. The hang glider! Woo! Oh, that feels so good. Where's that quest? Give me that, give me that. What do we get? Probably... Steam Age loot bag kind of sucks, but you never know. What can it give you? Steam Age loot bag can... I mean, if you had infinity of them, you'd get some of the stuff you need for the Healing Axe quest. But you're never going to get enough of them for that. Doesn't really have anything I care about. So I think we'll probably... I mean, it would be nice to get like 16 steel rods or a Damascus steel wrench or whatever, but it's such a low chance to get exactly that. I don't really think it's worth it. So we'll probably just keep accumulating loot bags. That's what we're doing then. Okay, so let us show what the glider does. So once you're at a high place, you can just go, and it goes so much faster than running, right? Like, it's even just better to jump and glide. It only gets annoying when you're like doing this. But even just getting around areas like this is so much easier because you can jump up here, glide for a little while. I mean, just look at that. It also uses, I think, less stamina than running, so like it saves you on food. It's great. I'm so happy to have the glider. This is great. Okay, and since all of that stuff is hooked up, we've got now a lot of iron plates. Is that enough to make our iron tank? We needed... I needed 136 exactly. Oh, and I need a lot of iron screws too. 168 iron screws? Ooh, doggies. That's a lot of iron tools that we're gonna need to use here. But we can afford it, I think. Here, let me put my backpacks away. We're not mining right now. I'll forget them when we go to do our next mining excursion. Guaranteed. But at least for now, we're not needing them. Okay. So all that stuff, put that back. I made a little shelf for my trophies, and I've decided I'm gonna use birch planks for smelting now. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot of these iron ingots for making the rods. Okay, this is actually perfect. I think we have everything we need minus the glass. I need the 24 glass panes. Where did I put those? Where did I put them? I don't remember. Probably in here, right? No. That would have... Are they just in here and I missed it? Yeah, they are. They're clear. Couldn't see them. Oh, goodness. Okay, so... what we need here... First of all, I need a gold chest. Gold chest is probably the best one we can make. It's a 9x9, and having more inventory for this specific use is going to be worth it. We did get all those gold nuggets, so now I need to macerate all the gold nuggets to turn them into piles of gold dust. It's a long path. We can fill this thing, and that'll get done eventually. It's so nice to have all this steam. I can't even. Okay. So for this, we also need 4 large bronze fluid pipes. Okay, fair enough. Might have too much iron in here. Look at all this bronze we got from the alloy smelter. Ooh, it feels so good. Forge hammer those. And... oh yeah, Hitman, earlier you asked about a way to automate the birch and fill it up. Yes, the LV crop manager. Once we can make the crop manager, then we can automate farming stuff. And it can also automate hydrating the stuff. It can automate fertilizing and weed Xing. Super nice. Doesn't even use very much EU, which is great. So you can just run the tiniest amount of power to it. You can just power it with a steam turbine. You could easily power it with a steam one of these. I guess the problem with these is they make the ashes, so they don't run infinitely, but since you've already got water over there, you could easily use... I guess a solar boiler would work too, if you can see the sun. Anyway, let's craft this guy. So I've got the 24 panes. It's kind of annoying that I did the wrong one there, so we have to move this up to here and remove this one. And we need 12 of those. Hey, Exe, welcome everybody. Welcome raiders. We are working on making our iron tank here. I need 4 iron bars, so that's easy enough to just make. Real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yum. Wait, what did I need? Hard hammer. Okay, so there's our iron bars. And then, now what? Oh, it's using my wrench for auto crafting. I don't want that. This is my special wrench. No touchy that wrench. Okay, so now I just need 168 screws. which I need to put these into the auto crafting chain here. And then the iron rods from that, and then that should do it. So now ingredients, and all we're missing is the 4 large bronze pipes. Perfect. So there's some more bronze. Oh boy. Ooh, what quest did we just get? Wood to iron chest upgrades. Is that better than just nah? I still think the loot bag, it's a tiny percent of like an LV, you know, it's a third of an LV loot bag, which is a third of an MV loot bag, but like even a ninth of an MV loot bag, I think might be better eventually than that. What's this? Automation tier 1. Oh, cool. Another loot bag. And more glass I don't need right now. Okay, iron tank incoming. This is exciting. I'm gonna run out of tools on the way, but it says I have all the ingredients. So let's hit the button and see what happens. Okay, so now it's kind of annoying because it shows I don't know what I'm actually missing in terms of tools. I assume it's a file. I'm just gonna make like 3 files and another saw. I'm guessing we're gonna need all of those. Okay. So now what am I missing? The files again? We seem to be doing the same quest. Yeah, the early game stuff. Okay, so there's that. Ooh, there's 52. Now I ran out of something else. Screwdriver? Probably the screwdriver. Do I have that set up? I don't think I do. Alright, iron. How about regular iron? Got any of those? There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm being dumb because I don't have the rods yet. I need to shift A on the actual favorites button, like that. And then we can do this. Okay. There we go. All right. That should finish it out, I hope. And I need a Control Shift C. Right? That's the hotkey. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, baby! This is everything we need, I think. Let's go see if it is or not. Multi-block tanks, Railcraft tank. Give me... I already have gold ore berries, right? Yeah, so I don't need those. So I guess a loot bag, 1 random... Well, I might use another valve eventually. Yeah, I'll take another valve as a backup. It'll be annoying to make an extra one later, so... Okay. So, where are we gonna build this thing? I know we're building it over here, so we're gonna have to whack out a few skylights. bonk, 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 bonk. And I don't have any of the construction materials on me. Go grab some more of those. 1A? Huh? I don't understand. Okay. So I think I want to put this on some sort of platform as well, so that we can easily run a pipe underneath it. So for now, let's see. Do I want to put it back here? Like that? No, I think it needs to go one tile over this. This is gonna be a big steam tank. Oh yeah, I love gtnh. This is my second time attempting. Well, I don't know if attempting is the right word, because I wasn't really planning to beat it the first time either, but it's my second time playing. I've loved every minute. Okay, maybe not every minute. There are some rough minutes, but most of the minutes. I might come up with a fancy pedestal. The Hark. I just wanted to get something down to start with. Oh, and I guess we'll have to think about where we want the valve to be. Ah, no! You know, it would be easier to make the top first and finish this part last. All right. Can you put valves just anywhere? I think you can. Say no, you can't. Oh, it can't go in the corners. Okay. Well, I'll probably put it in the bottom then. And it's only the bottom middle one that auto outputs, as far as I'm aware. So I can put the input one like right here. And then the output one will be the bottom middle there. The annoying part is that requires a lot more bronze fluid pipes. It's your 8th run doing hardcore and other types of challenges. Have you ever stargated? See, now the problem is there's not enough light over here during the day. Alright, we need more bronze. Here. I'm just gonna preemptively make all of that bronze plates. Then we got some more copper to smelt. The entire bottom is output. Can you input through the bottom? Which, yeah, like if I shutter it properly, will that work? Okay. Now what? Now we need these plates. And I need more bronze fluid pipes. I can remove this whole thing. I'm gonna keep that one because we need a second one still. Alright, well that's all we can make for now. I think this might be enough. 13. IV twice, EV twice. Died to a sheep in hardcore. Yeah, that all sounds about right. Okay, well I guess what we can do to make this a little simpler then is that... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Are you guys sure about this? I thought it said you needed the bottom middle. Bottom side at the center. Yeah, I'm not crazy. It's not the entire bottom side is output. Y'all be tripping. Well, yeah, you guys might be right, but then in that case, the quest book is wrong. You know, it's one of those situations. And it is frustrating when the quest book is wrong, but it does happen. This is some dire wire right here. Yeah, I guess it means center as in the parts that are the hollow part, maybe. Okay, there should be steam in there, right? No? So you can't input at all through the bottom? That's annoying. I assumed you would be able to. That's okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to put that there. And then we'll just put a random glass one where we can't see it. Oh well. Alright. Boing, 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 boing. Get some sleep on. And then you go this way. There we go. Now she's getting steam. 1.6 million. Wait, did I calculate it wrong? I guess I did. I thought it was going to be closer to 1 million. Nice. That's a lot of steam. Alright, and then to extract, since y'all are saying that it works fine, I will move the doodad one tile closer. Then I need one less pipe. Now my question is, can I scooch a little bit further? Yeah, because that's already, we can just go like right there. Yeah. Why don't we just come through the roof there? I really wish we could fly. Wait, I can't jump into that corner? Interesting. Because I thought the collision boxes were correct for the pipes, but they're the full pipe, I guess? I don't know. Alright, so then we can pick these up. And then place those in. I can, but I was holding a wrench? Wait, what? Whoa, wait, holding a wrench makes you collide fully with pipes? That's so interesting. I guess that makes some sort of sense. So many weird interactions in this game that if you don't happen to already know them. Like, it makes sense because I guess you can change by holding the wrench. The pipe can change size while you're standing next to it, and maybe that's why, I don't know. Maybe that's what it's about. But, okay, so we don't need this hole anymore. We just want this one. And we seem to have a problem. No, 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 no. Not that. That way. Okay, now that's correct. Okay, there we go. She's alive! And things are shuttered properly. And that hole's gone. Nope. And perfect. Sweet! A battery! A giant, giant steam battery. Now, it's also kind of annoying that my little boilers aren't connected to the battery, so I'll probably have to move these. And that works out better for me anyway. Just ignore that. All right. Sweet. And now... I don't know, I could just put them right here. That feels reasonable, to be honest, because the water's right behind them. A giant beam stattery. I actually kind of like the idea of flowing that way and then this way. Now you might be like, you don't need water down there anymore, but I might build a thing to fill buckets with down there and stuff, so I am gonna leave the water connection down to the base for now. Okay, how do I get back? These stupid bushes and this... Why did I build a moat? That was dumb. I should undo that. And then we connect these up. Perfect. What's up, Soul? Yeah, we're our time zones I think are very incompatible. I'm always in bed by the time you start streaming too, but we just got our steam iron tank built, so now we can store all of our delicious steam that we're making. And we've got a little creosote boiler going as well. Got 4 coke ovens. We got our sextuple bricked blast furnace. So things are going well in the gtnh world right now. And then once in a while right now, I do have to manually empty the faucets. But once I have LV pumps, we should be able to fix that. You can pull out of coke ovens with pumps, right? I think you can. So we'll do that eventually. Loop. But yeah, so now our total steam production is 800 a second plus 360 a second. So we're at 1160 a second. And now with this guy, we actually have a battery going, which means, what it does mean is I'm gonna want the huge bronze fluid pipes here. Now that we have a battery, we're going to be able to pull more steam than I'm producing. So yeah, we could redstone control the faucets. I think by the time I'm gonna need it, I'll already have the LV pumps. Like, how far are we from LV pumps? We're not that far, right? I don't think we're that far. It's just, yeah, once we have some rubber going, we're basically there already. So I think we'll be able to make some pumps and be fine with that. Cool. Okay, what's next? Well, the next thing is a very expensive project, which is the bronze multi-grinder, which we already did the math for. We're gonna need 22. Wait. Why is that? Oh, I see. Okay, it's a little bit less than I thought. It's only 156 bronze plates. Goodness, that's so much though. So much. So what we now want is... I'm gonna throw another stack. Oh gosh, that one's still going. That stack of copper ore. Okay, we'll smash all of that bronze. You know, I might get there. We might just get there on what we have. I am gonna need more copper though. I think I'm gonna need like one more stack of copper maybe. Hey Soul, thanks for the follow. Or 9, I guess, as some people call you. Oh no, crushed copper ores, the ingots. No, that's so annoying. Okay, so what we need to do then to undo that, I think, can we just forge hammer it, or does that not do it either? No, that's all we need. Of course I picked copper ore. If I had done chalcopyrite, it would have been fine. But instead I picked the one that wasn't gonna work. Classic. Yeah, so we should stop that one and switch it to chalcopyrite eventually. Ridiculous. Okay, and yeah, we'll just smelt a little bit more here. What do we do with these copper nuggets? I guess I can just throw them in the... No, I don't know. I'll just throw them in the macerator. We'll get copper dust back. Alright, how many bronze plates are we up to? 156 needed. We're up to almost 100. We're getting there. And then we're gonna need the Tumbaga. Tumbaga frame box. Let's get that yoinked in here. Then Tumbaga rods. Tumbaga dust, we're gonna need 10 of that, which needs the Tumbaga mix, which is just copper and gold dust. Okay, that's actually not too bad. We should already have the gold dust over here building up now. Yeah, there it is. You guys are talking about different upgrades and low pressure versus high pressure. What you can do, the single block machines can be upgraded into a high pressure version. So like if I look at the steam alloy smelter, there's the high pressure steam alloy smelter, which is literally just twice the speed. That's all there is to it. It goes twice as fast. It doesn't have different steam usage. It just goes at the same rate as the LV thing. It's still less efficient though because it uses 4 steam instead of 1 EU, whereas when you're making power with the turbines, it's 2 steam per EU. So essentially it's still less efficient than LV, and so I never found like it was worth it to go from the regular to then the high pressure to then the LV. I feel like we're close enough to LV, and we're gonna make the multi-block grinder, so yeah. So there's no reason to make a lot of the high pressure ones, especially because the ones that you need high pressure of, now we have multi-blocks. There's so many more multi-blocks now. There's all these goodies. You can do a blender, which didn't even exist before. You can do the steam presser, which is a super forge hammer. I don't think I'll need that. The forge hammer is generally really fast. You can do the purifier, which is like a washer. And this is what, a mixer? Yeah, that's super handy. And a centrifuge. Wait, there's a steam centrifuge? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. That's incredible. Wow. Can it do all the recipes? Or is it limited? I mean, it's listed here. I think it can do... It can only do the LVs. Oh, well that of course, yeah. The ones that need an MV extractor wouldn't be doable. That just makes sense. But what am I trying to look at here? Basic centrifuge. No, I want centrifuge recipes. Which ones do need MV? Do any of them need MV? I should scroll the other way. Oh yeah. EV, HV. Wish I could scroll faster. Can I scroll faster? Control scroll, Alt scroll, Shift click, Control click. No, it doesn't seem to be a way to do it. That's annoying. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense that that can only do LV. Yeah, I guess how often do you do LV centrifuge recipes? That is a question. Maybe not often enough to need a multi. Yeah, you centrifuge the air, but you usually just put that in a compact build to do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. It might not be worth it. You don't get the ore byproducts, right? Isn't the centrifuge the one where you only get the byproducts when you use the HV or above? Or am I thinking of the is that only the macerator? That's that way. I can never keep that straight. Which ones give you the byproducts at LV and which ones don't? It's only the macerator. Okay. Oh, Enderman. Hello. Okay, well, for those of you from future YouTube, I think we're going to call it an episode here. This was a good kind of completion amount. But if you're here live on Twitch or YouTube, don't go anywhere. We're going to keep streaming. But for those of you watching the recorded episode from the future, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.